Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. We're playing e4 as per usual. 21 is the elo. This is not looking fantastic compared to historically. I mean, I have been around 2200, so I'm really going to plan on pushing that back up over the summer. Takes in the center, though, we get a nice scotch, and our opponent takes like this, which I'm just never convinced by. Bishop e3 here, probably they play knight c6. That's kind of the only reason to go for knight g7 there. But because we've got the time to play bishop e3, we can now return the queen to d2 without blocking in the bishop, which is going to be a very pleasant place for the queen. Knight c6, allowing queenside castles. We can even go for f3, g4, h4 if they go for a little kingside excursion. What is going on there? Opponent seemingly desperate to just give me c3 with tempo, although I prefer knight c3. Now, generally speaking, you don't want to pin all your own pieces, but at the same time, let's castle. We've just castled so early, we've got a bunch of development. This bishop is still entirely unable to move, so yeah, they're going to have to play like d6. And while they do so, I think I'm going to play bishop c4, keep that development going, and then we're going to be looking to absolutely launch some pawns at my opponent's king, either with like f4 and e5 and f5 through the center, or it does look like they might be going kingside here. I mean queenside, sorry. Interesting stuff. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is start with f4. The reason for that is I don't want to allow knight e5, which could potentially be harassing my bishop, and where I'd quite like to place my queen to just unpin here. I think queen e3 makes sense. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Because of course we want the ideas of knight d5 with tempo, jumping into the center, maybe threatening to trade off the bishop. So they trade off my knight here, of course. Although, hold on, if I take here, I lose this pawn. Aye. How did I not notice that? Pawn structure is overrated anyway. Let's take with the b pawn, and of course we get an open b file. Hell yeah. This is exceedingly exciting. We'll play rook e1 and just slide across, dodging this threat here. Also getting behind this pawn probably makes some sense. Alongside probably bishop d5 to hold this. Maybe threatening to remove this and go in here. And if you try and push and trap it, we may have queen a6, for instance. Okay, so I've clearly played this opening slightly incorrectly. My opponent has actually successfully taken me out of Scotch theory and into a kind of a mess of a position. I suppose they deserve some congratulations for that. However, king d2, rook b1, queen b5. Attack your king. Yeah, look at this. Regressive, passive. You're turtling up because you're scared. Now, I could take and then go and win this pawn. Even though I think if takes, we take the pawn here, b6, check. They'd have this. And I could be toasted. Like, this might still be playable. But, of course, king d2. I do not care. You've trashed my pawn structure here. No. Because with double pawns, come an open file. There's a very good lesson in chess. And that is, always have a glass half full approach. Whenever you have something that could be considered as a fairly objective weakness, like doubled isolated pawns, what you want to do is be of the mindset that, no, this can be a strength in some situations. I just want to put myself in one of the situations in which it is a strength, namely the open file. Let's exploit that. Let's get a rook there. This arrow is giving me a little idea. There's no possible way this is a move. Here. Check. Hold the phone. And then I go in and take this. Hold on. I actually think this might be a move. Rook b7, the most brutal demolition tactic. Oh my lord, we remove the defender of this pawn, which is a target for the queen here. Hold on. Rook b7. If you take, we play rook b1 check. The point is that the bishop cuts this diagonal. The knight is pinned to the king, so you can't block with anything. And of course, the rook from b1 here will hold the b8 square. So here, rook b1, the only legal move is going to be to play king a8, to which we just play checkmate, because you can't even block with the knight to stave off the mate, because this knight is still pinned. So you can't take the rook if we take on b7. Now, that kind of seems to be enough reason to just do this. I do probably need to calculate at least slightly after they take here. But then we just take like this, surely. Oh my lord, rook takes b7. What an idea. What an idea. And I mean, precisely that thought process where we have this pretty objective weakness, but we, manipulate the position and create a plan to try our very best to create something beautiful there. Yeah, they of course realize they can't take straight away, but after they take here, I'm not recapturing. I'm just going to take like this. Surely you're toasted here. Surely it's just GG. There's no check. My king is actually unbelievably safe here. We're threatening all manner of discoveries. We're also just threatening check and mate. Oh! Okay, so here we are in a quick analysis of this game. 93% look at this graph. This was just a well-thought opening. Some interesting ideas, and then all of a sudden king d2. They played a6, providing the opportunity for rook b7 to arise. Rook b1. This is just beautiful. So this is all, I believe, theory, although they played this lolly variation. where they actually take in the center. So, you know, if we move up here, knight c3, how much is it played in the Masters database? Yeah, this isn't played very often because taking the knight here is considered just a little suboptimal. But after this, I mean, we played some good stuff. Castle queenside, bishop c4, f4, queen d3 they took, and I took with the b pawn because you know what? I don't want to lose this pawn here. The engine would say to go for this line, where I can then take on f7 and actually we're not down a pawn, which I'll be completely honest, I didn't even think about. But regardless, I mean, I've got my idea here. I've got my idea. I've got my bishops which are slicing. We put the bishop here. They go back here. a6 is a massively bad move because of these beautiful lines we've got here. None of this would have been possible if they didn't play a6. So this seemingly innocent prophylaxis, actually the key to a disgusting, brilliant move. Hold on, how do I annotate this? You can do this in Lee Chess. Okay, I can't work out how to annotate it. Maybe you have to do that in an analysis board or something. But this is for sure a brilliant move because, as I said, you know, if the king takes here, we go rook b1 check. The only move, oh, sorry, they could have gone here as well, but that wouldn't have changed anything. I didn't even think about that, but this would still be checkmate. And after they go here, this is also checkmate because they can't move the knight to even block. I mean, frankly, disgusting stuff. Okay, I can't lie, that game got me in the mood for some blitz. I don't know, that felt very blitzy, so we're going to play some extremely aggressive blitz now to round out the video. Maybe one game, maybe two games. But we're going to go for queen b3. I mean, just rook b7. This is such a... This just made me so happy just then. We push. They probably jump the knight into the center. They jump the knight back. Oh, okay, we claim the center here. A very passive setup from our opponent. Didn't even accept our gambit. I mean, frankly, childish behavior. Clearly very scared of me, I'd imagine. And again, very passive stuff, not allowing the knight to c6, just stabilizing the center. Again, you can be solid, but you're going to get punished for it, especially in 3-0 blitz, where you're now using this much time to think. I don't really want to trade the queens, to be completely honest. So I guess I'm going to lose a little tempo here and retreating. And then I'm going to play bishop d3 because I do not want that bishop sitting on that beautiful diagonal. Also, I need to develop my bishop anyway. And e2 seems a little passive. So the trade's possible. Also, bishop g6 is possible. But again, we are massively up on time, which is awesome. Feeling pretty confident about this structure here. Knight c3 is going to be quite easy to play. The only problem maybe is that this bishop's development will be a little curtailed, perhaps. I do love that word. By the fact that the queen keeps her watchful eye on b2. But castling should be relatively simple. Knight c3 next is going to be pretty easy. I mean, yeah, knight c3, kind of just no way that's not a good move. And again, yeah, the pawn here and the pawn here, just stopping these knights from very naturally developing. Exactly, look, a little passive. We might have e6. I don't necessarily think we have it immediately, but I'm going to castle here. Are they going to go queenside? They could, and if they don't, they're going to have to kind of make a good couple moves before they can get kingside. And I'm thinking we play rook e1 and break in. You want to open up the center when you're just not even close to castle. Seems like an interesting decision to me. And by interesting, I mean questionable. Let's start with rook e1, I think. They push past and attack my queen. Okay, I guess they didn't want to open up the center. Fair. What do I do here? I think queen c2, this is a good excuse to play queen c2 to hold the b2 pawn, such that I can develop this bishop, swing the rook into the center, and then at some point I'm convinced e6 is going to be a good idea. Also, this pawn is now fixed as a backwards weakness, where we are just threatening to... They do castle queenside, nice. Hold on, do I have like this? Takes, check. Nah, because they can block with the queen or with the knight even here. If they block with the knight there, I'd be very excited about... potentially d5, d6, but I think for now we just put the bishop on this beautiful diagonal. They have this clear weakness, which is that they've pushed the c-pawn twice here, leaving this gaping hole open to be brutally exploited. Let's go a4. a4 maybe as a vessel to swing the knight in, maybe just to hit the queen, I guess. Kind of want to play e6 as well. We can drop the bishop back. Do we hit the queen first? Yeah. I mean, why not? Some tempo. Actually, because of this, and I don't really want to trade the queens, and I would have to if they did that, but fortunately they don't. Let's draw the bishop back. Again, opening this up is going to be pretty tasty. Oh, you know what? We could go knight a4 and like knight b6. Try and open. Ooh. Yeah, they blockade. They clearly don't want the smoke there. Right, knight a4 it is because we want to open up that c-file. Now if you move the queen, we're just going to be able to push here. Yeah, I guess they want to run across without me being able to push. That's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun idea indeed. b4. En passant, and we take, yeah, b4 it is. Like, I'm giving them a passed pawn here, no one cares. Literally no one cares, because look at this. Surely that's a good move. You have to take that piece, right? I mean, I guess you don't, but then you'd have to move the queen, and then there'd be this push with the check, probably attacking various things. So presumably you have to take, and after you do, we take this way, open up that b-file. They do get rid of our bishop, which is kind of annoying. But I can take this way towards the center is generally good practice. And these pawns are really stopping this bishop being that effective. And the kind of locked up weird situation we got going on here with this pawn structure that doesn't really make any sense should be in the long run beneficial to our knight as long as we can kind of make some progress. By that I mean, what do I mean? Coming over here, maybe here, here, here. I don't know, let's just keep moving the pony. I mean, it's got to find a good square at some point, right? Genuinely, we're just going to bounce this pony around until it finds a good square. We now have this. That definitely looks like a good square. Attack this, take here. Okay, we've got some good passes going on. Oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord, not like this. Not like this. Can we sack our queen? Nah, let's just take here and then sack a rook. I don't know if the queen sack was on. It may or may not have been. We might have missed an opportunity there, but regardless. Oh. I knew I was in the mood for some blitz. Let's analyze this game. So we did give away some of the advantage around here. Although I'd imagine that's when time was getting a little low. This was a mistake. Oh, okay. Well, no one cares. We'll analyze that game. So the opening, again, it's just the opening. I don't mean to trivialize a clearly very important part of chess, but in blitz, in this particular line, I don't think I'm going to see this again. I don't think there's too much nuance to be discussed. But after they do go here, we castle. Did we start to try and exploit this correctly? Yeah, rook e1. Then dropping the queen back here. Bishop f4 wasn't ideal. We should have tried to make the most of this forking opportunity. To which, presumably, they'd have had to just move one of the rooks. Apparently their best bet was queen g6, and after just a trade, we get the fork. I didn't realize how indefensible knight g5 was. Bishop f4 is still a great move, of course. Here, and then a5 was actually a mistake. Because they had queen g6. And similarly, okay, so this is kind of like a very similar idea to what I thought about them having maybe queen b3, is that they could offer a queen trade and definitely resolve some of the problems. But after they didn't go for that, I dropped back with the bishop. Knight a4 was a mistake. It should have been b3. Interesting stuff. Knight a4 is still, I mean, it wasn't even a mistake. It was a blunder. It was still alright though, no? A little harsh. Didn't even cross the 0-0 boundary. How's that a blunder? I just really like the idea of playing b4 and then setting this up, but apparently, yeah, b3 both times was necessary because I needed to be able to take here. Okay, and then we get to a position where actually our opponent's doing better here after they take, but they shouldn't have taken that knight. They should have played g4. Okay, oh, and then taken this. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, did not see that tactically. Clearly neither did our opponent. I mean, I was just tunnel vision on getting an open b file. Once we've got this position, you see a relatively clean conversion where we then swing the rook over. And I know we've both got 30 seconds left. It's about to be a bit of a fist fight. Oh, rook b6. How did I not even see that? Look at the state of that. Although if they do move the queen, then I presumably we just stack on here. Rook b6 is clearly very exciting, but it doesn't lead to like a finish just yet. It's just a great positional move. And yeah, rook b6 still an opportunity. I just start dancing with the knight. Again, rook b6. Okay, I just kept missing the idea of rook b6. That's fine. And then after they move, we take here. Oh, saving b6 for the knight because you have to take. And if you don't take, I mean, well, this is checkmate. The take is forced. If they take him with the pawn, then of course this is checkmate in one. So they take here, we take this way, they push. Oh, queen c4, best move. Yeah, fortunately not going for the exceedingly erroneous queen takes a6, because after we take check king here, and we don't have a follow-up. I did, think it was worth considering at least whether we could sack the queen. But yeah, here, I mean, either they just hang their queen or move the queen and allow the rook sack to open up that king. Disgusting stuff. I mean, I guess the only thing left, we want a beautiful rapid game, a beautiful blitz game. Let's play a beautiful bullet game just to finish off this video. And we'll do it with an Alekhine defense, or rather an Alekhine's defense. Okay, did not mean to push that, honestly, but probably a reasonable move. Okay, maybe a less reasonable move than I'd initially thought, because we can't play e5 immediately. What on earth is my opponent doing here? Let's swing over. Already, I actually really like this. Let's go here. Drop back. You gonna push again? Okay, we'll drop back again. Play this, and look to probably go for some kind of... Not exactly sure. Put pressure on this pawn, for instance? Oh, that's gonna suck. Let's castle queenside and just sack for that. Okay. Actually, I love now the idea of just playing f6, maybe e5, and just bringing the bishop back. I think they probably... I thought they were going to go queenside. I was wrong. They went kingside, of course. Now we can get a beautiful... Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. A beautiful knight indeed. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Let's grab that, presumably. I mean, we might as well. We might as well push through, right? We might as well push through. We might as well get rid of this as well, just the primary defender of that king. Push through once again. Ooh, okay, here. I'm not exactly sure. I probably should have played h5, and I guess I'll do so now. Takes, and like, okay, your king is looking a little open, a little ready to be absolutely battered by the elements, I think. You need shelter, of course, and I don't think our opponent has provided their king much shelter here. We get to take this knight with check, and you know what? Let's go check here. Let's just push. Let's just push the pawn, because I want to bring my knight in. I want to do something a little romantic. We'll give a check. We'll bring this in with tempo on the queen here, and then I guess I'm going to just go check. We might as well throw away the knight. That's the style we're going for here. Nice. An absolutely brutal bullet game to end this video. All right, we might as well give that a real quick analyze. Relatively smooth if you kind of squint your eyes and forget about this move 17, or rather move 16 f6. Apparently that was dumb. But of course, by the way, after they blocked with the queen, if they'd gone here and then takes, this would have still been mate. I just wanted to, like, you know, mate in 2 better than mate in 1. 2's bigger than 1, right, guys? But that was just a very odd game. There's not really much to analyze. It was a bullet game, I guess. But we bring the knight into the center, and actually, I've got a really nice kind of bind on the center here. I should have taken the knight straight away. Oh, of course, just removing the defender and then picking up the pawn. That was really dumb. Don't know why I didn't do that. We go back, just consolidate with e6, bishop e7. Okay, we castle. And then actually, going for this sack, we should have played king b8, but no one cares because I want to go for this sack and then start pushing. Immediately, I had knight to f4. And I guess after knight f4, the queen's got to go to here to defend the bishop. Oh, and then we can start going in for knight b4 and really get these knights putting a whole lot of pressure. Probably even sacking on d3 at some point would be interesting. Anyway, went for f6, played a little slower. Then, of course, realizing, oh, hello, we've got a nice outpost on f4 there. Taking this, cashing in on the material, pushing forward, getting rid of that bishop. Just marching through, really, opening up, check. Oh, I should have gone in. That's pretty obvious. I don't know why I didn't infiltrate that. But again, this is bullet, and I just decided check. Decided to bring the knight in just for, I don't know, just desperately trying to get some style points here. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. 3 brutal games, 3 different time controls. Let me know what you thought of this odd little format in the comments. I'll be back with another video very soon. I'm going to schedule this video to post while I am on holiday in France for 6 days, I believe. So if I don't reply to any comments, for instance, that's going to be why. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hasta la vista.